We're making egg drop soup today. Start out with, here's all the ingredients you'll need. You need some cornstarch, some cooking sherry, ginger, garlic powder, white pepper, some chicken bouillon cubes, and an egg. Also gonna need 4 cups of water and a little bit of prep work. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this water boiling. Gonna need 4 cups of water. Sorry. So I'll fill this thing up. 1 cup each. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Put it on the stove. Let it boiling. We have a gas stove, so we usually have a little trouble getting the light right off the bat. Whoa! Oh! Did you even get that on film? Alright, there we go. Alright, we're gonna let this boil. And we're gonna grab 4 bouillon cubes. Remember, it's 1 cube per cup of water to make yourself a tasty broth. And because egg drop soup is mostly broth and wow. That one's just like not even there. It's just wrapping. That's weird. So it was in like the perfect shape of a cube. I think I got ripped. Yay, Walmart!
No, they're packaged by weight. I think you're good.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, 1 cup, 1 bouillon cube per cup. So since we have 4 cups, 4 cubes. We can even go ahead and add in our spices, although I tend to add them after the water's already boiling. But I think I will go ahead and mix up the other stuff we need to mix up. The other side things we're gonna have to mix up is the egg and the cornstarch. I'll go ahead and do the cornstarch because it's nice and simple. So you grab your cornstarch, open up, thank you, and we're going to be using, I think the recipe called for 1 tablespoon, but I'm going to use 2 because I like my soup really thick. And we're going to mix up in this little bitty shot glass, like so. Hopefully if it'll fit. So, nice, well-rounded. Doesn't have to be perfect, of course. And of course, when you use cornstarch, soups like this, you need to put a little bit of water in it to, sort of get it all together so you can pour it. So if you add just a bit, just enough to sort of stir it up here. Let's see. I'm not going to do tablespoons, so I'll mix it up with the tablespoon one. Get it to a nice... Oh, I'm sorry, camera's up there, isn't it? Get it to a nice consistency where you can pour it nice and easy. Might need just a little bit more water. You want it to be liquid. You don't really want that half solid stuff that they let you play with when you're in a 3rd grade or whatever it is, science class. Then when we get good mixed up, which is being a bit of a pain right now, we will go ahead and crack our egg and get that thing ready. Yeah, that's probably about as good as I'm going to get it right now. I'll let that sit, and we'll have to re-stir it before we get back to before we pour it in, of course. So I go ahead and crack the egg. Nice soft egg. And I like to add a little bit of milk to make it nice and light and fluffy. Which we have like a full gallon of milk, and that's gonna be hard to pour, so I'm gonna skip that. Wash the egg off my hands. Soap. Make sure not to spread infection. And just mix it up like you would if you were making scrambled eggs. Nothing to that. And of course, that's the egg in the egg drop soup. Like circle of death. That's why they call it circle of death, baby, because it's going in circles and I'm killing baby chickens. I'm gonna stir this up a little bit because it's starting to get a little hot. And see how the see how the bouillon cubes are dissolving, making a brothy sort of soup going. Whatnot. Those will pretty much be dissolved by the time we get to our, by the time it gets to boiling point. So we'll go ahead and add in our spices. Of course, I'm going to start with garlic powder. Most important one. I'm a garlic king, so recipe calls. Oh dear, what was that? Oh, a little bit of that stuff. Okay, the recipe calls for about half a tablespoon. I mean, not tablespoon, teaspoon. So we'll do half a teaspoon. I usually make mine round. Sort of dump that in there. And then we'll do our other two, ground white pepper and ginger. And these two are basically the kickers. You can make these to taste. The recipe is for a fourth. Darn it. Should open these before we start, I guess. Recipe calls for a fourth of each of these, but I don't like my egg drop that spicy, so I usually cut it down to about half, especially for the ginger. Ginger is about half, maybe even less. So about 1/8 of a teaspoon. It's just enough to give it a kick, but not so overpowering that it's gonna put fire in your belly either. And we gotta hurry up a little bit here because it's starting to boil. Again, having trouble with the packaging. Come on now. Again, about half of a fourth. I'm gonna go ahead and stir it because it's starting to get there. Turn down the heat just a bit so it doesn't boil over. That's a nice good texture to do that. Maybe a little bit more. You want to a roll, what do you call it? A rolling boil and such. Okay, done with that. And then cooking sherry, of course. Is this open? Can I get it open? How do I get it open? Yeah, I love the packaging nowadays. It's just flaking off. Alright, and then we'll put use a tablespoon. I usually put 2, but then again I usually make it with sake. So I'll just do 1 tablespoon as per recipe. And then we'll sit there and let it get hot again. And then of course, last of all would be the cornstarch. We're going to have to mix up some more because it didn't quite fully mix. So it's probably, well, mine didn't. Yours probably will, but it likes to settle at the bottom. So you always got to remix it, and you got to do the same for the egg because it'll also settle. Alright, it's a nice boil, and of course this will be used to thicken up the soup. And if you'll look over here, when I pour it in, get nice and stir here, you make sure to pour slowly, keep stirring, and it'll actually thicken as you're stirring it. Neat little thing happens here. Let's see if we can get that to happen. It's really hard to pour out of this shot glass, so but you don't want to just sit there and dump it all in at once, because then it'll hit the hot water and just it'll clump up. It'll just be like this white noodly looking thing, and you don't want that. Alrighty. So yeah, it's starting to, as I'm stirring, it's starting to get a little thick. Almost looks like caramel, if you ever cooked caramel. The rest of that out there. As it boils, it'll thicken up more. Look at that. See how it, before when it was boiling, it boiled completely different, but now it's nice and thick, and it's got this nice sort of stringy feel to it. And that's pretty much what you want. And I say it's a good place to start putting our egg in. So we'll go back over here to our egg. Stir it so it doesn't move. I want to reduce the temp a little bit so it doesn't boil over. We don't want it to be a frothy mess. We want it to be a nice, gentle rolling. Restir that. Alright, go back over to our egg. And we got that. Give it a quick more stir. And you pour in nice and slowly, like with the pour in nice and slowly, just like with that cornstarch, and you'll actually get this noodles. Keep stirring here. I used to get egg drop soup from this Chinese restaurant when I was a kid called
Chinatown.
Yeah, that's it. They had the best egg drop soup ever. I wish I could figure out the recipe, but I never could. And there it is. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to reduce heat too. And there it is. There's the soup. It's all nice and done. You just turn it off and let it cool, and it's all good. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make egg drop soup, and make sure you subscribe to Lazarus's channel, and have a good day. Peace.